tweets about Blue Ivy, and should he apologize to her and her parents? Lisa Raye, what you think?
I think, no, you don't want to know what I think.
I do. You know I do. Girl, here we go. Let me go. Let me get my little cheap wine spoon.
Had he said that about baby Bella,
girl fight.
He couldn't say that about baby Bella because she doesn't have nappy hair.
Doesn't make a difference. It's a child.
I'll put that for 200.
Okay. You would have been through found him. You already know that.
I think what he wanted to say when he said nappy hair is when we hear that term as Black people, we know that means on uncombed head. You know what I'm saying? Bushy, frizzy, all of that. I believe that he meant to say that because of who her parents are, that he would have liked to have seen her hair in some type of, I don't know, what's the styles that, you automatically do when you feel like you cannot take care and control your kids' hair? French braids.
Roller braids, French braids.
But she was a baby. Like, she's only 11.
Still a baby at the time. Oh, well, I don't have
2014.
Welcome back to my channel, Mother Suckers. Hey, so we're still discussing grown-ass adults discussing children's hair. More specifically, a 10-year-old Grammy Award-winning Blue Ivy Carter. The Cocktails with Queens panel over on Fox Soul decided to react to Saucy Santana's resurfaced tweets about Blue Ivy. In one tweet, he said, "I'm sorry, but Northwest clears Blue Ivy, have several seats blue." And in another tweet, someone said, "I just want to be Blue Ivy," and he responded, "Nappy-headed or..." And so he's currently being dragged across the internet by his beard. And although these tweets were about 8 years old, he was 20 years old at the time. And Blue Ivy was, 3 years old at the time. So we're not going to act like these were, three-year-olds cursing each other out. No, you were still a grown man making these comments about babies. So I actually did go to the YouTube channel and watch the whole segment. Ironically enough, they started off the show by giving Black African-American women their flowers and celebrating different African-American women in music. But things took a very odd turn when Claudia asked Lisa Raye what she thought of Saucy Santana's tweets. She said, "Y'all don't want to know what I think." And they said, "No, we do." But then she just sat up there giggling and giggling and giggling and giggling. And, Vivica really saved her a little, or at least tried to. And she jumped in and said, "Well, if it was your grandchild, you know how you would react." Basically trying to make it more personable for Lisa, because she could tell that Lisa was going to say something to get some type of backlash. So she tried to make it personable for her friend, and say, like, put yourself in Blue Ivy's grandmother's shoes. Lisa said, "Well, I can't relate because my granddaughter doesn't have nappy hair, aka I can't relate because my granddaughter has good hair." And although Lisa Raye has a beautiful grandbaby, she did not eat with that comment. That's like someone speaking on her granddaughter being dark-skinned and then someone else's grandmother justifying it and saying, "Well, my baby not dark-skinned, so what?" It does not justify grown-ass adults speaking negatively on children, on Black children in particular. And right after y'all were just celebrating African-American women in music, Blue Ivy is an African-American girl in music. Her family are in music. Y'all were just celebrating that. But we can't celebrate the African part of the African-American. We can't celebrate the nappy roots. Oh, okay. But I do have to give Vivica her flowers. She was not here for it. She was not trying to leave any room for colorism or texturism. After Lisa Raye laughed and said, "Well, my grandbaby doesn't have nappy hair," she said, "It does not matter. We are speaking on..." She then went on to hold Saucy Santana accountable and say, "You know what? He had a really nasty attitude with his response to the backlash," basically saying, "Whatever, I'm not apologizing because I don't need to apologize to none of y'all, and y'all are broke and miserable just like I was when I made those tweets," and no accountability.
Once again, when there's no accountability, because it's like, y'all knew I was young, da-da-da-da-da-da. It's like, but just say you're sorry.
Yeah.
I was tripping.
Say that you meant it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
for you to have no accountability and say, gosh, I was young, I was tripping, I was so immature at the time. It's just unacceptable. It's a child. Kids are off limits. I don't care how you feel about them. Like you said, Claudia, that's some personal tweet that we might, say behind child, look at da 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 da. But to publicly say it about a child, unacceptable.
I would even just make one correction and say, also, why are people comfortable privately speaking about children? Why are y'all comfortable privately kikiing about kids? I really don't think people realize, but children are the closest to God on earth. If you want to see God's heart and the purity of God's love, they're in children, not in your wicked ass. It's really sad to me because it really only be the Black community. It really only be us. Like, they don't care if them babies' heads is big, if they bald, if one eye is blue and one eye is green. You know what they gonna do? Put that white baby on a billboard and say, this is the epitome of beauty. Because this came from us. We really got to let go of that mindset. We can't in one breath celebrate Blackness only when it comes packaged a certain way. Now look at her hair. I've talked about this before. Every single person who's ever said a negative word about Blue Ivy's hair, look at their hair and look at hers. Lisa Raye, I don't care what texture you got, your hairline is receding. You're losing hair. That quote unquote good hair, yeah. Good luck keeping it because it's receding from what? All those tight styles, all the gel, all the brushing. They let Blue Ivy hair do what it do. They moisturize her hair. And now look at her hair. I came from the generation where 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds were permed. They had relaxed hair. They were literally advertising to African-American women a specific texture. And even I was permed as a child. And I pray, like my little sister, she never got a perm. And I said, yo, you are so lucky you never got a perm. And millennials, majority of millennial mothers are not perming our kids' hair. For why? For what? It's beautiful, natural. But the generation before us, the grandmothers, the Lisa Rays, yeah, they were the ones walking around saying, oh, girl, you need to put a perm in that head. Oh, you need to put some gel in that. Oh, you need to do a hot comb. You need Jesus on that head. Even Selena admitted that her son had this really big curly afro and she would call him a clown and call him OBD. And that's anti-Blackness. And it's not cute behind closed doors. It's not cute in a text message. And it damn sure ain't cute publicly. Someone said, the way y'all grown-ass Black people used to be so anti-Black and nasty towards Blue Ivy like she is not a child is disturbing. I love Saucy Santana, but his remarks about her were not it, and I don't care how long ago it was. I agree. I don't care how long ago it was. You were grown. It was wrong. Accept you're wrong. An innocent child doesn't deserve to be talked about like that. Doesn't matter how old the tweets are. Why is it so hard for you to admit that you were wrong? No child deserves that, especially just for existing. Saucy Santana was between 21 and 24 when he made those comments about Blue Ivy and Beyonce. He cannot come on here and say he was young and naive. Nah, you were already a grown-ass man. Mind you, this is Blue and this is Santana, looking like a crunchy baked potato. You a whole silverback talking tough from the comfort of your Wayfair set, but try that mess in real life and you finna get slapped. Not silverback with the ape emoji. You know what, Beehive? Y'all are unhinged. I don't want Blue Ivy to ever speak to y'all. I hope she goes to college and lives a clean, quiet, and lavish life on her parents' dime. She does not need to seek out the community because y'all have hated her since she was born for not fulfilling your multiracial child fetish. And I absolutely agree. Like, we'll see what her petty meter is on. But if it was me, I wouldn't talk. I wouldn't speak. I'm going to get my money, chill with my friends, and live my life peacefully rich somewhere. I have nothing to do with the community. I want nothing to do with grown-ass people who spoke about how bad my hair was. Nothing to do. Maybe I'll associate with the people my age, right? Because they were too young to give commentary. But grown-ass folks? No way. Mute. You talked about a 2-year-old. Let's start there. As thick as your neck is, you talked about Beyonce's body when you've had botched surgery after botched surgery and still big. Then you made it a competition between kids. Called Blues 4C hair nappy and yelling at us. And this was in response to Saucy Santana saying, celebrities are human, not robots, and they for damn sure ain't perfect. I still talk about a bitch like a dog till this day. Not publicly, because my opinion matters to a lot of people now. I be chilling. I don't even insert myself in shit that don't involve me. And it's unfortunate because I really like Saucy. I was rooting for his career, for him being that main girl. I was rooting for him. But stuff like this, I really don't like. Nobody's saying celebrities are perfect. Trust me, we see y'all loud and clear. Y'all are not perfect, okay? We're not saying you are. What we're saying is when you have a moment in which you weren't perfect and you hurt someone, apologize. Be sincere. Be accountable for what you said. Don't make excuses. Oh, it was years ago. Oh, I was broke. Y'all broke too. Oh, I don't gotta apologize to y'all. Oh, it is what it is. Like you were wrong. As an adulthood is accepting that you were wrong, being apologetic for your wrongs, and change behavior. But it's like people want to say I'm grown, but then they act like kids for their whole entire lives and justify it. Like it doesn't make sense to me. And Lisa Raye laughing and saying, well, not my grandbaby. That was the stereotypical light-skinned Black woman response. Stereotypical privileged response. I can't relate because I'm not on that side of the Black. I'm on this side of Black. So I can't relate. It's funny to me. But then later tried to double back when Vivica checked her. I'm really over adults speaking on this child. She's not in your tax bracket. She's not in your hair health bracket. Like, let's leave her alone. Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. It's been a while since I dropped a video, so let me know what commentary you would like me to give on what topics. I'm super excited for Beyonce's new album release. I'm sure there's gonna be some shade, honey. Share my channel with a fellow friend, and I will see you all at the next one.